So good morning, everyone. My name is ThePandaPhotographer. You know me as Keiki Alexander Denichi Bailey. Get my full name right, Mr. Demhart. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't lie to my audience, and I do not deceive my audience for sure. If you watch this channel long enough, you know when I live stream, we walk. And when we walk a lot. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my life, no one else's. No one should be telling me what to do. No one should be telling a 47-year-old man how to live like a 47-year-old man. So ladies and gentlemen, early this morning, I know it may seem like a rant, but I'm being harassed. So I have to make sure that you understand that I have to protect myself. I'm not gonna sit here and allow some white dictator from another country dictate what my experience being black and homeless in America is in the last 4 years. No, I'm not going to allow that. Especially you don't even understand our Constitution. Do you even know what our civil rights are? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm protecting myself, but I'm also giving you the strength to fight back verbally. So ladies and gentlemen, early this morning, I issued a copyright strike once again. He has 7 days to comply. I'm only here trying to protect myself because it's my civil and human and constitutional fucking right to protect myself from idiots that don't know how to actually live like an American when you've never been in America. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm live streaming from Long Island City now because I'm going to be picking up a package. And I'm just waiting. It's a very special package with some documents, friend. So 11:15. Well, that's the time frame. So I just want people to know what I'm about to do to this guy. He's going to be like, what? But you heard this bribe that he wants to bribe me now? See, ladies and gentlemen, did you hear the bribe in his video? He wants to bribe me $5,000. You can't bribe an American, man, bro. That's bribing someone. What a fucking... You didn't see me issue any bribes. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to let someone bully me. And I refuse for someone to bully you. If someone's bullying you, let me go at them. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, why don't people be honest about themselves? Why are you so focused on me? This is my life. I can do whatever I want. I'm 47. I'm 22 years of age. I'm not like this young man or any of these young homeless dudes that don't want to do shit. I'm a guy that actually went through pain and suffering like everyone else in this damn country. Lost loved ones, lost people that you love, been attacked, been robbed. See, he's never been robbed. He never had his shoes taken from him. You live in a country that, mind you, has a very low percentage of homelessness. But you guys have an alcohol problem. So like I said, everyone, this is my life. I can do what I want, when I want. But I'm not going to allow someone to use me as a tool of destruction to gain revenue. Because that's defamation. That's slandering. Everything I said about anyone, it's not slandering. I showed you evidence. I even showed you evidence of all his so-called donations that was returned to him. Each and every last time. Why don't he show the real PayPal? Because someone was like, isn't that Photoshop? He might have photoshopped his PayPal receipts because they don't add up to mine's. Look at mine's. Like I said, who will send $6.66 on your birthday? That was returned to you, sir. Because you thought it was a joke. Mind you, you call me a black piece of shit in the email. Remember that? I demonstrate and show everybody that. Everybody knows who you are. But, ladies and gentlemen, I was bribed. And I was bribed. A YouTuber wants to bribe me $5,000. What an insane fucking event. But like I said, everyone, just protecting myself. You have every right to protect yourself and show evidence that you are protecting yourself. You have every right to stand up for your rights, because obviously you have someone on the other end that's never been in this country. Mind you, everyone, I'm giving back to my community. You see this? We're giving back to little kids in need. This man never gave back to his community. He's never once volunteered or give back food to the homeless in his country, which is a very small percentage. He's never volunteered. He's never done anything. And you're still not a filmmaker, friend. You do audio, you still, no. You physically have to be a director of a film. Publish, edited, credited. Ladies and gentlemen, on my website, you can look down. There are my films, all of my rewards, my appearances at film festivals. Go to my website. But me, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm doing for people that's under 13 years of age. I'm giving back to my community. Got a bunch of free skates to give out this year again. Can he claim that he could do this? Does he have any power to do this? No. I'm using my influence and my knowledge and my education to talk to brands, even businesses, which can vouch for my behavior and my professionalism. To sit here and to taunt someone, no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to allow this man or anyone to slander and use me as a tool so they can make a quick dollar, so they can get some coffee. No. You deserve to be homeless, because all those years, the last 3 years, you were picking on me about my homelessness and everything, and look where you stand. You said it yourself. You'll never be homeless because you're in the best country in the world. But guess what? That's a lie, because you end up being homeless. But you want to destroy my message for homelessness. It's called awareness. You want to destroy something beautiful. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I refuse to back down. I refuse to let someone roll over me or walk over me. So I just refuse. So yeah, everybody, I called the courthouse this morning to see if they have any updates, but I got an update for them. So I want to share the video, and I want to share a module. I did a consultation the other day because I want to know, can I sue for damages, lost wages, slandering, defamation, emotional distress? It is possible. And this man has no idea that I have more power than he does. So take it with a grain of salt. And I just think that everything that everyone has done in bad faith on my behalf, you weren't helping me. You call yourself a human being, but you weren't helping another human being fight the injustice in this country. I tried to educate you non-Americans about the structure here, and still you won't listen. So with that said, everyone, I'm only protecting myself for good reason. I'm making these videos so everyone is aware that I am not someone to back down. I will literally come after you and tell you in your face, you're wrong. This man's never met me. No one, none of these people that are defamating and slandering my name has never met me in person. Has never, mind you, has never been to New York. Mind you, and never, and ever, is never supported what I did. That's why Dimhart is not telling you the honest truth. He was refunded his money. Why? Because before he started donating, He said, why don't you just get a job? Americans could always do. He thought Americans just get free EBT. Remember that conversation we were having with him in 2022? Americans, he claimed that he literally thought Americans can get free food and free EBT whenever they want. The uneducated side of people that are non-American. I'm only protecting the Americans' rights and my rights. So I'm sharing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm only protecting myself from this idiot that is not an American. That's why I gave you a copyright strike. Yeah. Fight that one. Fight it. I guarantee it. You will lose it. Because I just proved to YouTube why you're slandering. I put all the links, photos, uploaded everything for that copyright. All the way back to 2022, like you wanted to do this morning when you uploaded your video. So I went back as far as 2022 to upload all your personal emails, you disrespecting me and saying rumors. Mind you the one that was offering, mind you, he's the one that's offering and tried to bribe me in the video. He's trying to bribe me. So he can try to bribe me all he wants. You see that guy right there? He's a bodyguard for that guy. He's a very important person here in Long Island City. They come to Starbucks. I know everybody in this city, bro. I know everybody knows my situation. And see, Dimhart, and I think that's why you're upset. Everybody here knows my situation and knows that I'm fighting a good fight and you're not. This is why you don't have any audience. This is why your subscriber count is still 500 after. So you've been on YouTube at the same amount of time as I have. And you're still at 543 subscribers. You wonder why your audience doesn't relate to you. You're picking your fights with the wrong people. But like I said, everyone, I'm only here to protect myself. And I have every right to say what I want to say. Because I have everything. From your text messages, from your emails, from your slandering emails, from your posts, mind you, that you removed off my website. Guys, we have a video. We have several videos of him leaving that comment on my website. He offered the bribe, right? For $5,000. He said, prove that he said anything bad about me. But you did on my website. Go to my videos. You can see me sharing your review on my website. That is slandering. That is defamation. Because why is slandering defamation? Because you've never been a client of mine. And not only that, we haven't met in person. We never conducted business. And you are in another country. For me to connect business or conduct business with you, I have to get a visa, friend. So you are slandering. And you are defamation of character on someone without consent. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm only protecting myself, and you should too. Don't ever back down from a fucking troll. Don't ever back down from these cowards behind a fucking computer. He's a coward because he's in another country. He knows he can talk, but he can't physically do anything. He's homeless now. You're living with a friend. See? Come to America and be homeless. I guarantee you won't even survive it. You won't even survive a week homeless here, and I guarantee it. I would bet money on that. You would never survive being homeless here. Try it for 30 days. No, you cannot use your own bank account. Do what I went through. Go through the struggles I went from October 31st, 2021, when we got robbed for all my passports, documents, cameras. You have nothing. You cannot use anything for 6 months. Go through the fucking headaches that I went through for shoes. And some homeless dude, someone took my shoes while I was sleeping. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want him to feel how I feel. This is why I said you deserve to be homeless. You're a hypocrite. You talk the whole good game, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you talk the good game, And it backfired. Karma strikes you so bad that karma was saying, you deserve this moment. Sebastian, it's not even, Demhart's not really your name. That's your YouTube name. But like I said, everyone, karma gave him a lesson. The lesson was, you were picking on a homeless person, now I'm going to put you in a homeless situation. That is karma. That is a karma situation there. A man picked on a homeless man, mind you, a foreigner picked on an American. A foreigner that's never been to this country. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care where they are, domestic, international, I'm not going to allow anyone to pick on you or myself. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here for you. Don't be, no, some people are afraid to speak in front of the camera because how they look, their appearance, they want to look good. Ma'am, sir, young man, young lady, listen, look what happened to me in 2021 during the pandemic. Look, just take a good look. And mind you, some of these scars are still kind of visible on my face due to the surgery. Mind you, this was a pigmentation surgery, a skin graft surgery. It's not cheap. $37,000, everybody. And medical expenses. From Wisconsin to New York to Boston medical care. Why do you think I was in Boston in 2021? He's not going through all that hatred because he's in Sweden. Every last one of us got to fight hard. But like I said, everyone, karma strike him hard. It's like your address even adds up to the whole, your PayPal, your transactions, your emails, all of it. Dude, come on, man. Come on. Ain't gonna deny it, all of it. When we proven it was you and John P. Herrera and the other John. It's a group of you teaming up. This is why I said what I said, everyone. Why are you picking on a black homeless, mind you, black man that has worked his entire life, is going through some issues, mind you, had a girlfriend in 2020, was raped, murdered, and killed and left in the park for dead. You don't think I'm emotionally broken? You don't think I'm emotionally fucking hurt? You don't think I'm emotionally upset? I am very upset. I'm emotionally broken. I am literally not the same person anymore. I became more observational. I became more vigilant. I became more a vocalist. Before, I never spoke. If you look back in any of my YouTube videos, everyone, I was a very soft-spoken YouTuber. I was happy. I had a girlfriend. I could get visit when I go to Wisconsin. She was good. She never used me, abused me. Mind you, everybody liked to eat. He cooked for my friends. I used to go to class every day, everybody, and come back from class, and she would have dinner ready for me and my roommate. What? Come on, friend. And mind you, me and my roommate were doing so many nice things for her. Take her shopping, make her feel like she's wanted by people. Mind you, she comes from a monk culture that is not even allowed to date black people like me. But she broke all her fucking traditional rules and her culture rules to date this black guy. She found me attractive. Come on, man. When someone finds you attractive with the... Come on, man. I've been through a lot. And this guy wants to sit here and try to torment me about me whining, and it's not donations, and we paid the bills to keep the lights on here, friend. New shit this summer. And I'm going to tell you right now, NYPD is up in their fucking game this year. Precinct to receive it was the 60th precinct. So yes, everyone, New York City is going to have New York City, which we do need. Wait, NYPD got ATVs? I gotta see this, bro. He designed the NYPD ATV. Mind you, guess who's supplying the ATVs? Yamaha. That's called journalism. Know what goes on in your city. That's called journalism. 14-bit raw video. Shot in 5.2K and downscaled it to 1080p. Edition ed. Come on, man. You can't do work like that. Everything I did was manual about jailbreaking a Canon camera. And ladies and gentlemen, I am certified I used to be certified. Station and gaming computers for me and my daughter before my daughter passed away. Keep that in mind. I built gaming laptops and fixed them. I even built a hybrid drive for an ATI and a video card back in the day. Everybody, if you're a gamer, if you remember those times when we had, like me, I was an upcoming software engineer that's pretending to be a software engineer, and I accidentally created a hybrid drive because I saw everyone else doing it, so I wanted to do it. That's not easy, bro. That takes a lot of focus and education to know how to code. And if you fuck up your video card driver, that is it. You could blow it up. See, he doesn't know these things. Either. I'm not an angel. Fuck no. Hell no. Dude, I am as rotten as this person or her or that baby that will be growing up to be spoiled. I'm as equal as everyone. You have all your videos on your channel suck. I'm just being a dick right now. It sucked. I know it's subjective. I know. But in my opinion, he pissed me off. Trying to threaten my audience and threaten me. And then try to cover up your actions and say it wasn't you. It was you. It's been you the whole entire time. You, John Pierre. That's why John Pierre Herrera is in Wisconsin jail for breaking the restraining order. You're next, Mr. Demhart. But you know, Swedish, they're not gonna put you in jail for this. They're gonna tell you you're gonna have to go to court, friend. But like I said, everyone, I lost my job because of this man. And he knows, because mind you, he was the one that said, good, I'm glad that, mind you, the email, I'm glad that you don't have, like I said, he uses the keywords prize all the time, and print, and famish. Those keywords, what a Swedish person would say, is in your emails, those anonymous emails. I'm just protecting myself, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to know the evidence. I have shown proof of evidence for the last 2-3 years about all of these people, what they've been up to. I've even been scammed by one of these haters. Remember the guy in Boston? He scammed me out of my Canon. Yeah. He doesn't even live at that address because his mom, mind you, his mother said, oh, he doesn't live here anymore. So he's on a run. Come on, bro. He probably somewhere in Boston with his a thief among you. If you're a quad skater, you may want to stay away from a certain person in Boston. He stole a 50 Canon, mind you. How he tricked me was he subscribed to my channel, just like Demhart did. We had the heart problem. People wanted to know how they can help me getting back into the hospital. So I said, I sell something to get to the hospital. I just don't want your money. I would sell something to someone. He comes out of nowhere and says, I want that Canon 50. He right there on the flight of the live stream. He was not. He literally lied. He's supposed to send me the rest of the money, right? But instead, he disappeared. He made excuses that he's an asthmatic. He was in a, mind you, the longest you've been in a hospital for asthma related issues up to 3 days. I never heard someone being in a hospital on a defibrillator for 10 days. That's bullshit. Hospital. I do that twice a month to get a purification. Yeah, it's one of the machines you put the blue oil in it. You sit there for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes until the oil runs out to the yeah, it's supposed to help your lungs. Come on, man. I got scammed. And actually a bad guy in disguise. Come on, man. And mind you, now that same guy is running. I'm actually get a job and they do a job search and they see this activity on the internet. Oh, whoa. But it could turn criminal. But like I said, everyone, hit the lens. So we don't know where he actually really lives. You see how... Yeah, this guy is on the run and he's homeless now. You see? You people doing dirt to me. I sell it. As long as you get those quality photographs. See, I was trying to be a photographer. I was trying to... It's gonna blow right back on us, a little gusty. Yeah, it's gonna be a hot day. So I put some sunscreen just on this morning before I left the hostel. I'm just waiting for a package. And I'm going back to the hostel. I could have used the Amazon locker near the hostel, but you know, I don't want people to know what I got. Now everybody has a wagon. New York City. Did anyone realize that? When I was homeless and I had those cool ass wagons, the ones with the real Amazon link. And you wonder how it's like, how's Panda getting money? Got a affiliate link for this knife. This is the best knife I ever used. Pocket size, legal, and fits in my ink and hit someone with this part. Boom, 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 boom. See that? Bam, bam. Look. Fits right in your hand perfectly. And mind you, I left the link to this right in the descriptions, everyone. It's up to you if you want to buy some, but this thing is really sharp. It cuts a lot of things, and you may want to resharpen it after a while too. So get a sharpener after a while if you want to keep the blade. Put that in the link, and you can go buy some Maven filters in the link. You can buy this JJC's filter adapter that I have in the link. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just a guy. What does anyone at our age belong? Because you got these young people, ladies and gentlemen, built-in over here just open. All I see is young. Wow. Mind you, I applaud that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. Someone that has common knowledge of what... Yeah, they mix in bleach with other chemicals. Don't do that. Not only are you destroying the floor, but you're poisoning your skin and the people around you. I don't understand why people still do the bleach. I don't understand that. If they like put an ammonia and bleach together, like no. What are you trying to do? Have a fume bomb? Dude, ammonia and bleach, that's a fume bomb, bro. You ever went to science class? What the hell is wrong with people today? Guys, don't ever clean your house with bleach and ammonia. That is so toxic. You literally are destroying your lungs when you're in your liver. When you inhale that, bunch of custodians doing that shit. That's not how you clean, bro. No. That's just wrong cleaning. No. Don't do that. Are you not trying to live to see 50? You've been educated. Same thing about crazy glue and baking soda. People were just amazed how I wait, you crazy glued the wagon with just baking soda and crazy glue? Yeah, you don't know about the chemistry between these two compounds? The chemistry reaction between crazy glue and the baking soda turns to a hard substance, like weld. Mind you, I do it all the time now. It works well. And that was the one thing that I always forgot to do. And it just hit me like a year and a half ago. Like, wait, I learned this in fucking in chemistry class. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just trying to tell you, like, listen, I don't like people picking on me for no reason. This man is still trying to figure out when he doesn't realize that at the time of his parade in 2022, we needed a passport and identification still. We needed a social security number, birth certificate, nurture certificate. We need to prove who we were. I wasn't able to do that until 2023. So that's why I said he's basing his narrative of his video based on 2022 content, which is, and in my opinion, in my professional opinion, not relevant to the future and present time. Present time is you have been harassing me, just like everyone else. And you sit here and try to copy of your review on my website. And you tried to bribe me on your video. You just bribed yourself. Now you owe me $5,000. Stupid. Not very educated. I would never accept a bribe. That means I have to sign. Trying to intimidate with like his man. Stayed out of Americans' conflicts. We stayed out of your conflicts. What do we have? But this man was said, you're not an American. You have no right to tell another American what he can do for another American. To your country tell you what to do. That's like going to Japan and then like, see? That's another misconception that you're telling your audience. A misleading information is going to ask you that question at some point. But you guys in the audience are going to ask that same point. Why don't you guys do your own research? Look up this guy and look me up. I got certification from 3 states. What does he have? New York City? Game over for a lot of you people. Look what I'm doing. Like I said, look what we are doing. In a few days from now, we are giving back to our community. I dare you, mind you, the fundraising money is not even going to me. It's going to the person that was running it, which is my friend Freddie. He's going to forward the money for the next event. So we can give out more skates and have more cookouts. Because, mind you, some rollerbladers are not financially stable. So we are trying to provide food substance for those, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, for rollerbladers that are actually poor. This is why we are doing this. We are trying to feed rollerbladers that don't even have money to go. Mind you, some of these rollerbladers, when they go out and rollerblade, they only have a few bucks. In Manhattan, and everything's expensive. But when you have a fellow rollerblader that wants to do an event and wants to feed other rollerbladers, come on, man, you can't say no to that. And then next month, the 2 last events are going to be only for the adults. If you guys want skates, let me know what your size are. But like I said, we give away skates. We gave away a lot of skates last year. And we gave away a lot of food. Come on, man. I know what I'm doing as a they want freedom, they want justice, they want civil liberty, they want to be treated fair. But we're not getting that right now. The whole entire day, you're gonna see a bunch of kids getting free stuff. I'm gonna make this guy jealous. If I said it right here, and his last donation. Don't ever contact me again. Find a hobby and a life. Until then, look at these games that he plays. Look at the donation games he played. 666. Who does that? Why don't you tell the people the truth? You got refunded. Stupid. But like by this man. This man is not an American. You are a sweetish, blue-eyed, blonde. Look back at my videos when I post, when you started threatening me. It's all on YouTube, bro. You forgot that I don't delete videos. 22 and in 2023, they figure out what videos were they. And it's very obvious what videos what they are, because you were with Alex Hankey, Michelle Gibson, and at the time Bill Lewis. All five of you guys were like literally trying to sabotage me. But Bill Lewis came around and saw the light. He saw that I was actually doing really good. Try to donate to me, bro. To my fucking Venmo. I'm like, no, I had to block her off of Venmo because I blocked her off on PayPal. I don't need her help. Because last time she gave the donation, everybody, look what happened last time. She flipped the script. One day she's nice, one day she's like Mr. Hyde. What the I told her, don't donate to me. Don't support me. Until you understand, man, I'm not looking for a woman. Apparently I guess she's looking for a younger man. I'm not that young. I'm 47. I'm not that far from your age. I think she's in her 50s. But I'm also not looking for a girlfriend. After Yuki and other boys, I wasn't even looking at the time. She came along, and now, but Demhart, you're not sharing videos of me helping people like you during the pandemic, right, Lord Brian? Right, David? Right, Sabrina? Remember, we were in Portland in 2020. You remember that? We went back to Vancouver. We came back from Vancouver, Canada, right? We went to Portland. Remember that? Do you guys remember people that were staying at the house? I was actually paying their house fees for a month. Yeah, for a whole fucking month. 3 people. And none of those people pay me back for that house. Remember that? Domino's sponsor one of those pizza parties. You idiot. I spent $1,000 on people like you. I sacrificed because it was worth the sacrifice. Everybody has a right to live, eat, and sleep. That was all of my intentions. Mind you, at the time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been working for 501c3s, organization, government, cities, officials. I've been through that homeless social work life. I know how it is. That's what I did it. Because do you understand the faces on people at the time, at the pandemic, were like unassuring? When I mean unassuring, people were daydreaming about what's going to happen to me. People were nervous at the time. Especially here in America. People were very nervous. They were so nervous. Ladies and gentlemen, people were afraid that they were never going to work again. They were going to die. They were going to get sick. But some people didn't actually give a fuck. Look what happened in San Francisco. I documented that too during the pandemic. A crowded bus full of... Yeah, and you wonder why the COVID levels spiked in San Francisco that second year in 2020, 2021. Did you guys knew that? California, because people were not separated in San Francisco. Look at my videos. You saw San Francisco city buses full of people. You saw the BART train full of fucking people. People were not separated. Look at all of my videos. And you my civil liberties as an American. And yours. Don't let some foreigner douchebag tell you what you can't say and what you cannot protect. Like I said, Mr. Demhart, you don't support anyone but yourself. You want people to buy you pizza. An unhealthy choice of food. If you're going to buy pizza, buy a healthy pizza. You know, like one of these. You know what? Let me show you a really nice, juicy, delicious pizza. Here, I bought a slice of pizza. They knew who I was, and they gave me a free fucking slices. Come on, bro. Let's go. Okay, everyone, we got some vegan pizza from Craze. And I just want you guys to take a good look at these pizzas. Free pizzas, because I just promoted them before I even went to this place. They knew exactly who I was. When I walked in the door, they said, by the way, this is my first time ordering anything. They're like, oh, so you didn't order the first time you came here? I was like, no. So, yeah, I went there for one vegan pizza and came up with 3. Come on, friend. That's called love. Feed me. Look at that. Let me show you that again. Okay, everyone, we got some vegan pizza from Craze. I just want you to shut. Alright, you guys want to see proof? So that's the business. That's the business, everybody. That the business is called Trades NYC. And I promoted them. This is the second time I promoted them. You see that? You see that love there? That's called love. You should learn that sometime, people. Just want to share. But like I said, everyone, I'm in the hospital for the next few more days. You want to extend that? Let me know, everyone. Yeah, because lately I've been having some really bad back and shoulder. Much better because I have been sleeping a lot. Mind you, I slept a lot. I slept the entire day. The only time I got up was to go eat, take a shit, friend. Because the owner's asking me, are you extending, man? Because I need you, bro. I'm like, I don't know. He sees your videos, bro. And mind you, people treat you like that. Like, people don't understand. They even said it. How are people justifying their claims? So what? You ask for money. That's another thing. How are you comparing me to a fucking crackhead? Or a fucking scam? Encouragement. Don't be a pussy. Stand up to these punks. Because that's what they are, a bunch of punks. Even this grown-ass man. Look at the bottom of the page. Look at all of my work. I'm not just a photographer. I'm a film. What are you shooting on? A point and shoot fucking GX7 camera from Canon? Get out of here, bro. Afraid of. And that's what you're intimidated by. Black people like me stand up to your bullshit. I'm off so cocky. Let's be real. You using your white privileges to persuade your... You're a low life here. I'm not the bad guy here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a normal fucking guy. Just a normal guy does a lot to people. Mess up people's credit reports. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna wait for my package, but I keep you guys up to date. But I do have a... You said you're going to make a very beautiful AI video. Turns out it's just a normal video of you stealing other people's content. First two. With that said, have a good one.